I think one of the reasons that the show's successful is, I mean, it's a bit of fun, but we take it seriously.
I agree, Bert. Welcome to Good Morning Australia. A very happy Friday morning to you. We love Friday mornings because it means that we have a studio audience, which is terrific. And have a look at them. Oh, quickly, yes. So that's it. They are looking good, and it's great to have them here, and it's great to have you watching out there. Particularly when I have the pleasure of saying, ladies and gentlemen, guest number one for this morning, the one, the only, Jimmy Barnes. Welcome back.
Always good to be here, mate. Always good to be here.
We've got the audience there for you and
I've
everything.
I've never seen an audience in here before.
No, well, only Friday mornings, and we have all shapes and sizes, pretty ones, ugly ones, handsome ones, ordinary ones.
That's good.
You know, and you can have your choice of any of them
really,
if you want to take them up.
Fabulous. I'll take a couple home with me.
It seems only a couple of weeks since we saw you. That's right, it is only a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But since then, there is a brand new concept in recording, and Jimmy is the first in Australia to have this. It's DVD plus, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good thing. They've had it overseas for a little while. It's a dual technology. Basically, you've got your DVD. There it goes. Yep.
Unbreakable too.
Unbreakable as well. The fabulous thing.
Lovely.
No, it's a DVD on the flip side of the CD, which is great. So instead of sort of having a couple of discs, you just sort of flip it over.
Good quality too.
It's great. Yeah.
So what sort of material, Jimmy?
This is a whole album of duets. This is the package. I think I spoke to you about it. It's Labour of Love. This one. I started doing duets, 20 years ago. And I've got them with Tina Turner and Joe Cocker and In Excess and Diesel and Farnsey. They're all there. So my record company wanted to put together this package with all those old duets, and they thought maybe record a couple of new ones. And I said, oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. And actually, in the back of my mind, I was thinking sort of 5 or 6 new ones, sneak them in. We ended up recording 16 new songs. So there's like a really great bunch of duets, including 5 with my kids, which is really, really great.
And one of the kids is with us this morning too, Elly May. It's great to have Elly here on GMA. Come over and join us, Elly. Welcome. It's great to have you here. She's a beautiful girl, isn't she?
She's a gorgeous girl. Thank God she looks like her mother, eh?
Yeah. Are they all good looking?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And what are the ages?
Well, Mahalia turned, my oldest girl, turned 23 the other day. EJ's just coming up for 21. Jackie's 19, and Elly's sweet 16.
Lovely. Was it good fun recording with Dad?
Yeah, it was. It was really good.
Well, that
$20.
That wonderful interview that you did with Andrew Denton, he's got to be the best in the business. But it was interesting that the time I loved was the kids in the audience, and they described what it was like being the children of Jimmy Barnes, and it was quite an emotional time.
It was, it's a great thing, to get to work with your kids and get to share their experience, the life that I've had, with these kids has just been awesome. It sounds cliche, but they're the ones that have kept me here. Between Jane and the kids, otherwise I would have been out of here a long time ago.
Yeah. Is he a good dad, Elly May?
Yeah.
Has he always been a good dad?
You can pay me later.
Yeah.
He's great. Yeah. Wonderful dad.
She's very cheeky. Yeah. This one got the sense of humour from me.
When you want some advice, do you go to your mum or your dad?
We can be honest. It's okay.
Probably, Mum.
Yeah. You don't like Dad's advice, or?
Give me great advice.
No.
When in doubt, scream it out.
Yeah. Jimmy, last night at the Arias must have been quite a night. I know Elly May went with you.
Yeah, it
must have been a sensational night, particularly with the legends.
You know what? There were some great people there. It was, just to be a part of that whole thing. Like watching Smokey Dawson get inducted was just unbelievable. He was, he was like 92 years old, and he was the highlight of the night for everybody. He was great. I mean, obviously there was, the Easy Beats, who are a phenomenal Australian band, Normie Rowe. And Normie got up and sang. It was just unbelievable. Yeah. Great singing.
Renee was there.
Renee was there, way overdue, it was awesome. There was, it was just, we had a great night. And to be there amongst all your peers, and to share a night like that's great, But I think you'd have to be hard to walk past, you know, the Smokey Dawson, you know, the speech and everything he did for his, you know, induction was just unbelievable.
He's an amazing man. And
he is, he's beautiful.
His wife is a beautiful woman too. Yeah. She was very big on radio, you know, many years ago.
I believe.
At 3KZ, she was called June on radio, and she was wonderful. But Smokey and Dot, they're people to be proud of, and it's the sort of story that if it was there in America, it'd be even bigger than it is here in Australia. He's a pioneer. I mean, he basically started country music, hillbilly music, as it was known back then.
Had a lot to do with start radio. You'd know all about it, you know, because starting radio, he was like television.
Yeah.
He had, you know, people don't realise, in the early 50s, he had 1 million people as members of his fan club in Australia. And when the population was 10 million, you know?
Even less, you know.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Well, congratulations to Smokey. If it happened that Smokey and Dot are watching us this morning, you know how we feel about you. Congratulations on the ARIA's Hall of Fame, and couldn't go to a nicer couple, and I say couple, even though the name on the thing will be Smokey's.
Dot's the lady behind the man. She's awesome.
All the best to you, Smokey and Dot. What does music mean to you now in 2005? Are you as passionate as you were starting out?
You know what? Definitely I am. I mean, if anything now, probably more passionate. I mean, really, when I started in bands, you know, just having a great time. It was all about just having fun and, you know, and getting out and sort of, you know, meeting girls and, you know, getting out and destroying the place. And
does that sound like Dad, Elly May?
When I was a young fella, you know, so
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know this. There's too much information. And then, you know, and then slowly, you know, music became my passion. But I mean, over the years, it just was one of those things that gets in your blood, and the longer you do it, the more involved you get. And that's, you know, it's more of a passion for me now than it's ever been. You know, I mean, you know, it's great, and especially come to a project like this where you get to share it with the kids. You know.
And the beauty thing is, there's a touch of the old. Rod Stewart about this too, isn't it? Because
it's got all sorts.
It's not all bang, bang, bang.
No, that's right. No, well, look, see, depending on the artist I work with, the great thing about doing an album of duets, I didn't want to just make grab all these different singers and drag them into my world and make them shriek like banshees and sort of peel the paint off walls. So I sort of went to them more than they came to me, which was great. You know, obviously singing with people like Tina Turner or Joe Cocker, you know, you just have to, there's such great stylists at what they do. You just have to do it. And the same with the kids. I went, with my daughter EJ, the second daughter. You know, she's a real folky, soft, really sweet voice, and so I had to sort of back off, so that I didn't peel the paint off the walls.
Does it not feel right to you when you're not doing the full bit?
No, it's fine. I mean, but no matter what I do, even when I sing ballads, I always do it intense anyway. So so it's got that edge to it.
Well, I recommend the album to you. It's a beauty. It's all quality. And Jimmy and Elly May are going to be singing for us a little later on the show in the next 15 minutes or so. It's great always to catch up with Jimmy, and the bonus has been this morning. Elly May is with him. Nice to see you, Elly May. Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Look forward to the show. Gabriel Gatte was here yesterday, so he's not doing his usual Friday morning spot, but his replacement is certainly a star of television, radio, movies, you name it, and he's not been in any of them. Ian Hewitson is next on GMA. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.